Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to be telling you my top 15 reasons why you need to have an emergency fund. These are going to be the top 15 most common things that come up that will cause you to have financial issues if they suddenly arise. I'm going to be breaking down this video into three major categories of emergencies. The first section is going to be emergencies that happen that are commonly less than $1,000 each. The second section is going to be emergencies that come up that are most often between $1,000 and $5,000 to cover. The last section is going to be emergencies that are typically $5,000 or more to get through. So let's go ahead and dive into the first section. These are going to be the emergencies that are typically less than $1,000. Number one is car repairs. Number two is appliance repair or replacement. Number three is a minor injury or illness. Number four, short periods of lost work or hours. Number five in the under $1,000 section is going to be unexpected cost overruns. So basically throughout your normal budget, if you have some budgets that go over in the month and you don't have a way to cover that, that's going to be somewhat of a financial emergency that you're going to have some backup money for. Okay, let's move into the second section of financial emergencies here. This is going to be emergencies that are typically between $1,000 and $5,000 to cover. Number one is going to be car insurance or home insurance claims that require the payment of a deductible. Number two would be a more significant medical issue. Number three is going to be unexpected travel expenses. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to go to a funeral or something like that, or to visit a sick relative. This is going to be where this comes into play. Number four would be a high tax bill. You do your taxes at the end of the year, you're expecting a refund, but instead you actually had to pay taxes. Something that you weren't expecting to do, you're still going to have to cover that. So make sure you're prepared for it. Number five could be a simultaneous pileup of some of the smaller emergencies that we talked about in the first section, or some of these in this section. If you have 2 or 3 or 4 of these all happen at the same time, you could be looking at a financial emergency between $1,000 and $5,000 that you have to work through. Now, let's look at the third section of financial emergencies that are typically going to cost more than $5,000 to make your way through. Number one is going to be job loss. This could be for you or your spouse, but it would be a significant loss of income for your family. Number two is a natural disaster. Number three on this list is a spouse or a child that may get diagnosed with a terminal illness. Number four, a parent that needs long-term care. Number five, the worst one of this category, would be the death of a spouse or a child. These would be terrible situations to have to work through, but being financially prepared for these would help you to be able to go through the mourn and the grief that you need to do so without feeling such a financial burden of wondering how you're going to cover some of these costs. So I've given you my list of the top 15 reasons you should have an emergency fund. Now keep in mind, this is not an exhaustive list. There are plenty of other things that could be added to this. I just wanted to show you some of the top reasons that you should really have an emergency fund. Make sure you also check out my next video where I'll give you some tips on how to handle financial emergencies when they arise. If you need help on learning how to build up an emergency fund to cover these scenarios, make sure you check out my website and book a consultation. I'll be happy to help you out with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.